The principles of loyalty. When you want to talk about loyalty, the closest synonym to loyalty is faithfulness. Faithful. When you want to talk about someone that is loyal, you can talk about someone that is faithful. The Bible said in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 2, moreover, it is required in stewards that one be found faithful. It is required in stewards that one be found faithful. Who is a steward? A steward is someone that has been given responsibility to take care of something. As a worker in this church, you're a steward. As a HOD, you're a steward. As an officer, you're a steward. As a member, you are a steward. So it is expected that you be found faithful in that thing that has been given to you. Someone is considered faithful when that person is constant. When that person is constant in his allegiance or affection towards a person or a cause. When the person is steadily constant in his allegiance towards a person or a cause. That is people we call faithful people. That is people we call loyal people. When you give a loyal person an assignment, if you say, go and take care of this, the person goes ahead to do the job, and not just do the job alone. The person does it according to the instructions you gave, and the person stays there to make sure that he achieves the desired result. You know a loyal person by the kind of result they keep producing for the system, by the kind of result they keep producing for the boss who they say they are loyal to. So one of the things you should learn at the end of this summit is how to be loyal. The things required of a loyal person. The things required of a steward. As a HOD, as a worker, maybe today you're a worker, tomorrow you will be a HOD. Most people that are here today, last year when we came for workers retreat, you were just a worker. And today you are sitting down as a HOD. So in that your level of leadership, in that your level of followership, it is expected of you to be loyal. In today's class, I'm going to be talking about the principles of loyalty. Praise the Lord. So what is loyalty? Loyalty is dependability. When you are loyal, the system should depend on you. The system should depend on the values you can deliver. The system should depend on the advantage you bring. Loyalty is the quality of being reliable. We can count on you. The system should be able to count on you. Talking about, the Bible said that Abraham was loyal to God. He believed God and it was accounted unto him as righteousness. He was a faithful follower. So God said, I know my servant Abraham. He was reliable. God trusted him. I know my servant Abraham. He said he would teach his generation. He would teach his children my way. I know my servant Abraham. So that is a loyal person. The quality of being reliable. One of the days our senior pastor was teaching us back then, he told us that one of the things loyalty does is that it gives room for expansion. Then we were just one. It gives room for expansion because a loyal person is sendable. You can send the person. You so trust the person that this person will go out and carry the blueprint of the ministry, carry the blueprint of the organization and replicate it anywhere I send the person. I might not be there, but the system is there in that person. So loyalty is the quality of being what? Reliable. Reliable. The quality of being trusted and believed. The quality of being trusted and believed. We trust you. The system trusts you that you can handle anything. So most times you see, and I celebrate every worker in this ministry so much because I don't think there is any ministry, I don't think there is any church around the city that has the level of loyal and committed workers we have in this ministry. I celebrate everybody in this place. So yesterday our senior pastor was not around, but the plan, the coordination for the summit was running. All he just needs to do is to come online and say, what is the update? And per time, there are people to give response. That is loyalty. That is when you have people who are loyal, people who you can trust. You don't need to be there for things to be working. If you would successfully, just the way you are gathered, everybody is here, we are learning. When you finish learning, you move to your different expression and start acting accordingly. That is loyalty. So loyalty is the right attitude for world changers. It's the right attitude for world changers. Anybody you see that has caused a change in his generation, anybody you see that is making wave in their generation, there is someone the person is loyal to. There is someone the person is committed to. There is a cause. There is somebody the person is taking direct instruction from. The person doesn't just come down from anywhere. Because in being loyal, you receive instructions you must obey. When you see people that maybe you think they know so much, but they are not really achieving a lot, trace them very well. They don't have a root. They don't have anywhere they belong. And our senior pastor was ministering on Wednesday. He said that you must have a spiritual oversight. Someone must be covering you. So loyalty is the basics for every world changer. Why are you here today? You are sitting here because you are loyal to the commission. Today is Friday. People are working. People are doing everything. But you have decided to come and sit down. You are not just sitting down only because of your quest for knowledge. You are also sitting down as a show of loyalty. As a show of loyalty. That is why you are sitting down. And that is why you will do exploits more than other people that are not loyal enough to sit down and learn. That is why you will do exploit. So it is a fundamental requirement for every world changer if you must do exploit. So what are the principles of loyalty? Number one, that's what I'm going to talk about today. Number one, I will share like 3 or 4 as time permits. Number one, loyalty requires consistency. Can you say that? Loyalty requires consistency. Can you say that? Loyalty requires consistency. Again? Loyalty requires consistency. So one sign of disloyal people is that they can never stay at a place. You see a disloyal church person, they don't have church. They are everywhere. You see them here today. The person has played keyboard in all the churches in Onitsha. Every church. He has played in every church. Let me not start labeling names. You have played in White Garment Church. In fact, as you are here now, next month you are planning to play in Sele. Everywhere. Everywhere. You are here today. Those days, we see a lot of them. They think that it makes them relevant. That we see you everywhere on their keyboards. One of the places you can really try that in and succeed is here. Because after service, 7 of your pictures will be online. People that you are playing for will call us. I say, he's my member. Is he not your member? He's my member. As this person is trying to say he's my member, another person will call you and say he's my member. How many people are your pastors? So they are not. So loyalty requires consistency. You must be consistent. You must have a route. You must have a place you're staying. The mass exodus you see in churches is championed by disloyal people. Disloyal people. Small thing, they've jumped out of the church. Small things they say they are not doing again. They offended me. They are quick to be offended. Yet they are very annoying. But they are quick to pick offense. I thought you used to be, that was then. I'm no longer a member of that place now. This place now. If you meet my man of God, you meet my man of God or church. You know, the person will say a lot of things. Give the person 3 months, the person is jumping out to another place. They are the first to see vision. They hear God from the left side of their ear. Say, I heard God clearly. When I was sleeping last night, He told me, go to this place. This is your church. This is where I will grow you. And you say, brother, you are welcome. We celebrate you. 3 months later, the person is jumping up and down. He's moving to another place. He's never loyal. He will tell you the church history of every church in Anambra State. If you see them, run away from them. They are bad eggs. They are bad seed. They are going to destroy your walk with God. They are going to destroy everything God has for you. You must be consistent. You must stay one place and take root. The Bible said, those whom I have caused to come, they shall take root. If God has caused you to be here, you have to take root. It is when you take root that you begin to flourish. It's when you take root that you begin to flourish. So if you say you are loyal to the commission, if you say you are loyal to the man of God, you have to be consistent. You have to stay one place. Jumping from one ministry to another. From one prophet to another. From one mami water be what to another. Just from this place to this place. There is nothing they've not done to you. And man of God will always say, loyalty has a single eye. Doesn't have to. A single eye. You have to be there. Every man of God that has good profile picture on Facebook is your mentor, is your spiritual director, is your papa. Just what the person needs to go to the studio and snap one good picture that is like this or is like this, is your man of God, is your mentor. So you see, you don't know, you don't have a source, you don't have what you are following, you don't have a template you are following, you don't have who you are. Apostle Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. So you have someone you are looking up to. While you are following Christ, there is somebody you are following. How can you be in this place? And he loves it. Our senior pastor will always say that every school has their school uniform. They have their anthem. And you are in PFC and your favorite song is what again? And you say you are in PFC. Your favorite song. We give you mic to come and lead worship. You start singing, I will pray, oh, I will pray. Oh. Now, I'm not trying to say that. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. And so is that our anthem? Is it anywhere in our school uniform? Is it anywhere in our... You will be doing something that pastor, why immediately he parked downstairs, he will tell protocol, go and tell that person to leave that seat. Because you are jumping from one place to another. We had some of them those days, but they are no longer here. Like I said, when they act, you know that this person is not truly loyal. When they speak language of aliens. Their language is not the same with our own. We say, lift up your voice and begin to pray. So one day we are going to... Meanwhile, what we said is lift up your voice and pray. You have already bent down. So what does a loyal person do? Praise the Lord. A loyal person stays one place, serves there, keeps serving there. He continues serving there until he starts seeing results. And even when the result comes, the person is still there serving. That is what loyalty requires consistency. You must be there. I told somebody one time, I told him, you have to stay in a church and serve. Every church has a mandate God has given to them. Any place you stay and serve, you will serve there and grow there. I told the person that growth doesn't only happen here, it happens everywhere. Just that you are going to grow according to their pace, according to their mandate. If you stay in this place, there is a speed at which we grow. It doesn't mean that in other places people don't get blessed or don't grow. But the moment you start jumping from here to here, you have confused nutrients all over you. Because in most other places, what we did in the first session is not seen in what you call Easter convention or Easter summit. It's not seen. At that first session, we are meant to pull down heaven with, a lot of things, which is good. But what we are saying now is that by the mandate of the ministry, that one we did in the first session is what God has assigned the man of God to do. So when you stay here, serve the mandate, serve what God has called us to do, you will grow accordingly. You will grow accordingly. So we are not troubled when disloyal people leave because we know that they were never part of us. We are never part of us. The Bible said in 1 John chapter 2 verse 19, they went out from us, but they were not of us. 1 John chapter 2 verse 19. They went out from us because they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would have continued with us. Did you see it? Continue. So a loyal person continues. A loyal person stays. It doesn't leave. Sonship is forever. If you are a son, you stay. It is not working, you are here. It started working, you are here. Everybody is crying, you are here. When we laugh, you are here. They left us because they were never part of us. If they were part of us, they would have stayed, but they left. So ask your neighbor, are you part of us? Ask your neighbor, are you a part in this ministry? So tell the person, if you're a part in this ministry, then stay one place. Remain here. Say it again. Stay one place. Remain here. Number 2, loyalty does not accommodate murmuring. You know what is murmur? Good. Loyalty does not accommodate murmuring. Philippians chapter 2 verse 14. The Bible said, do all things without murmuring and disputing. Do all things without murmuring and disputing. So let murmuring not be found amongst you. If you say you are a loyal person, you will never murmur about the things, about instructions, about the practices, about the principles that are being taught, about the things you are being told to do. Murmuring is a sign of discontent and dissatisfaction. The moment you start murmuring, it means that you are not satisfied with whatever is going on. You are not satisfied with whatever you are given. You are not satisfied with whatever you are told to do. Anything that makes you murmur means you are not satisfied with it. So, and a loyal person is always satisfied with the system. That is why it does not harbor murmuring. Because you should be satisfied. Why should you be satisfied as a loyal person? Conviction. You must have conviction. You must have total trust and believe in the cause that you say you are loyal to. So you don't murmur. So when somebody speaks of an issue with undertone, that is what it means to murmur. You say certain side talks, you gather people and talk plenty things. You are inquire. Every time you are murmuring about uniform, you can never make the uniform. I had to tell someone the other time, I said, they did not put nail, like they did not tack you here and say, come, you are inquire, remain there. No, I said, if you know you cannot make uniform, there are many departments in the church that don't make uniform. Why must you stay there and be murmuring? We have 17 people in choir. You are the only person that is poor that cannot make uniform. Come out so that the rest 16 rich people can stay in the choir comfortably and make their uniforms and be happy. This is a uniform you are making to wear. What if we now say after sewing it, that give MD? So disloyal people, they have reason to murmur for everything. But if you say you are loyal to the ministry, if you say you are loyal to... Because what you should be looking at is this instruction that our MD is giving, this instruction that our HOD is giving, is it for the growth of the ministry? When we finish service, guest service will stand, all of them on uniform, snap, wow, amazing. I love City Global. Everything is excellent. You look at the choir, wow, amazing. You look at the ushers, wow, amazing. So you see that this thing is giving a nice facelift to the services, to the ministry. Why then would you say, I don't want to wear it? You see, you are attacking the ministry. So instead of staying there to attack the ministry, leave. Don't join protocol. Why would you join protocol and say, I'm not, maybe from now, Buromonye suit? You came to a church and see, when you were coming, you saw everybody wearing suits. You went and joined them and now came to the HOD and said, but must we be wearing suits? Oh, come out. It's just like joining media and say, all this social media, phone, my camera, it's not really my thing. I just want to be here. No, here, bro, I'm social media. So, come out. I heard some people call it Instagram. There is sanctuary to join. Sanctuary doesn't wear uniform. They don't even wear apron to clean. You can wear your clothes the way it is from your house and come and join sanctuary. And there are other departments apart from sanctuary too that doesn't wear uniform. You can join them and be effective. So when you are loyal, you don't murmur. Somebody will say, those people that murmur, look at their defense. They will always say, I don't want to ask question. Now, if I ask question, they will say, I am disloyal. If I ask MD why now, they will say, see, one of the signs of loyal people is that they ask questions. They always want to be clarified. What did Jesus say? See it that you answer to any man that asketh of you. The reason for the hope in you. So you should ask questions. MD, please, I say, let me ask you. This. A loyal person asks questions. So when we see your question now, we know whether you are loyal or disloyal. Yes, because from the statement of your question, we will know the intent. There is somebody that is asking to know. There's another person that is asking to hear, to fault. When you ask Jesus that kind of question, he doesn't reply. When he replies, he gives you another answer that is an assignment. You know, our senior pastor will always tell us, if you want to do Christianity very well, if you want to do ministry very well, if you want to do leadership very well, go and read the account of Jesus. You will know the right answer to give to everyone. Everybody he gives to everybody violence promise. The way you ask it is the way you receive it. So you ask questions. You ask MD questions to get clarity. You ask your HOD. You find out. Don't sit down. Anything you are confused about, the way to respond to it is not to gather your fellow confused people and say, sit down. At that time, HOD said that everybody will make Love City t-shirts. I looked at your face. I saw you don't like it, just like me. So, but you know, so I just say, let's know how we are going to handle it. You are already creating another faction that God will catch you and destroy you. God does not condone for any reason murmuring. God deals with everybody that murmurs. Praise the Lord. So disloyalty is manifested in murmuring. Disloyalty is manifested in murmuring. You see, when they murmur, you know this one. No. So you have to be very, very far from them. Very, very far. A loyal person finds murmurers irritating. If you see loyal people, they can easily even make enemies of disloyal people, because disloyal people find them intimidating, sees them as threat. Because you are not comfortable. The moment you hear them, imagine after service that somebody calls you and say, that time HOD said all of us should buy suits. I saw the way you were looking. I know how much they are paying you. I know that buying suits now in this economy will be very hard for you. No, you will look at the person immediately and say, are you all right? Is it not uniform that we should wear? Are we dashing it HOD? Shebi is my own. If I buy it, I have bought it. It's now mine. Person will now, sorry. So a loyal person finds them irritating. And that is how you respond to people like that. Numbers 14 verse 2. Let me show you something quickly. Numbers 14 verse 2. And all the children of Israel complained against Moses and Aaron, and the whole congregation said to them, if only we had died in the land of Egypt, or if only we had died in this wilderness. After they murmured, look at 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 10 quickly. I say that God frowns at people that murmur. He said, nor complain, as some of them also complained and were what? Destroyed by the destroyers. When you murmur in a system, in a ministry, in the church, in the congregation of the brethren, when you use your murmuring to pull them down, the Lord will rise and destroy you. So the Bible said when they murmured against Moses and Aaron, they were destroyed. God did not allow them to survive, because that murmuring is going to plant a seed that will eventually destroy everybody. May the spirit of murmuring be far away from you. I said, may the spirit of murmuring be far away from you, in the name of Jesus. Number three, loyalty requires the right sacrifice. Loyalty requires the right sacrifice. Can you say that? Loyalty requires the right sacrifice. God made the ultimate sacrifice that has ever been made since the foundation of the world. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. What a sacrifice. God was trying to prove his faithfulness, his loyalty. You know, when you want to profess your loyalty to your woman, when you want to profess your loyalty to your husband or to your children, you do that simply by the level of sacrifice you make for them. So God was trying to show us, I care, I love you, and I mean it. The best way to show us that was to give The only son he has. So the sign of your loyalty is in the sacrifices you make. The sign of your loyalty. If you say you are loyal to this commission, we see it by your sacrifice. We see it by the things you are ready to give up. When you are committed to a thing or a person, you make crazy sacrifices for them. That is why a sister will bone, sit at home, shoot outside, everything. The sister did not go to work because there is sit at home. The sister stays in Usugwe. He did not go to work because there is sit at home. But when you call her on phone around 3, she's at Oba. There is sit at home. She's at Oba. She has gone to see a brother that she's committed to. She's ready to make that sacrifice. Is it true of us? Pierre, there is somebody, you and Pastor Buchino. One day, we are going to somewhere. We saw the person at Fighter. The person is meant to be around Lagos or Abuja. So immediately we saw the person by experience. Me, I'm just a man of God, So by experience, Pastor Faith told me, he said, "Do you see this Johnny? He's a brother." I said, I concur. So see, when you are committed to a thing, you will be ready to make any level of sacrifice. I tell you. When you look at our senior pastor, you will see that he is totally given to this ministry. He makes crazy sacrifices. He makes sacrifices that will make you fear. Why? He's committed to it. He's given to it. So you are trying to, plan or bring something that is for his personal benefit. He's now trying to tell you, this one you are bringing plus the one I have planned to bring, let us put it together and put it into the ministry. That is commitment. So loyalty requires the right sacrifice. So what kind of sacrifice are you making? If you say you are committed to this ministry, if you say you are loyal to the ministry, if you say you are committed to the call of God in your life here, what are the sacrifices you are ready to make? Sacrifice is the key to fruitfulness. It is the key to fruitfulness. John chapter 12 verse 24, Jesus said, "I say to you, unless a seed of grain falls into the ground and dies, it remains alone." It remains alone. But if it dies, it does what? It produces much grain. So the moment you die, the moment you are ready to give up things, that is when you are ready for fruitfulness, for productivity. The things, the blessings of God for you in life cannot manifest until you are ready to make sacrifice. Pastor Don was talking in the first session. He said that the standard of living is given. That's what I understood from what you said, sir. The standard of living, if you are ready, is applicable everywhere. In life, in ministry, in business, in marriage, in anything. Until a seed of grain dies. You have to die. You have to give up things. Do you know what happened in the first session? No, you don't know. I promise you don't know. And you think you got it for 2,000 naira. You got it through your loyalty. You are not here because of the 2,000 naira you paid. You are here because of your loyalty to the ministry. Some people that find other things more interesting are not here. And I tell you, by the time you start becoming productive in life, they will look at you and say, "What happened? This ministry is good at that. That when you miss one thing and come back, you will find that you will now understand the meaning of MISS. Miss." So sacrifice is the missing ingredients in churches. You see people, they are not ready to make sacrifice. That is why you have a lot of disloyal people. They are so selfish. They don't want to die. They don't want to give up anything. Sacrifice is not about giving. It's about giving up. Giving up, letting go. I learned it from our senior pastor. He said it is not the giving. It's not what you give. It is what you are ready to give up. You know, when you give, you give and you're expecting a return. But giving up is you have forgotten it. So sacrifice is not giving, it's giving up. So what are you ready to give up? What have you given up because of the ministry? What have you given up? Because of your leadership, because of your membership, because of your commitment as a worker, as an officer? What have you given up? How many times have you bounced a meeting and say, surcharge me, but I must be in church? How many times have you declined an event? How many times? Each time before we say we have workers training, you come out. Sir. Every time. I said the first sign of loyalty is in the things you are ready to give up. I met our senior pastor as a practicing medical lab scientist. The first day he came to see me in the office, I was a superstar because he drove in and there was lab coats in his car. So as somebody came and said, one doctor is looking for you, I came out and it was him. Me and him, I quickly, first of all, moved straight to our office and said, sir, meet my pastor. So I met him that way. Then all of a sudden, he came to church to tell us that he has given up the thing. After using the career to motivate us a little by telling us, if you know how much I earn. After, if you know how much, in his terms that time, what I earn a month can take care of all of you here. All of you in a year. So, then, later he comes back to say, he's not doing it again. So, what have you given up? Can you see the result of what he gave up many years ago? You are not ready to give up anything. Most people, they are not ready to give up anything, yet they want to get everything. Everything. Just like this summit. Somebody doesn't want to give up anything. He's at work now. We don't have work. He's at shop. We are shopless and can never be shopped. Now, when it is time for reward, the person wants to even get more reward than you that is here. So people have embraced what I call the sacrifice of the Gentiles. Can you say sacrifice of the Gentiles? Look at Psalm 106. Let me read it quickly. Psalm 106, verse 37 and 38. They even sacrificed their sons and daughters to demons and shed innocent blood, the blood of their sons and daughters, whom they sacrificed to the idol of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. This is what I call the sacrifice of Gentiles. They are ready to sacrifice even their own children. Today, people are ready to take any kind of risk. They are ready to take any kind of risk, make any kind of sacrifice for the purpose of making money. But they can never do one-tenth. They can never do 1% of that sacrifice when it comes to God. They can never. Remember I said loyalty requires what? The right sacrifice. People make sacrifice. When you talk about sacrifice in the kingdom, people attack it not because they don't make sacrifice. Not because they don't like making sacrifice. But they don't want you to make that sacrifice towards God. It is called the sacrifice of the Gentiles. They can give up money. Somebody has done one business since January to now. Somebody has invested like 4 times in a business and he has not received the money. No problem. You just see his business or your business, you lose to have. He keeps saying it. He gives up the money and he's planning to invest yet another one. But you told the person, I want to buy a laptop for technical. Laptop of 120,000. It's like, why? It's a business. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. He has invested in online banking. They've chopped the money. He has invested in importation. They've chopped the money. He has not seen it. Ought to go after 3 times. They have not seen anyone. He's not complaining. But he can't wait to hear that you want to give 10% of your money as tithe. As tithe. They come on Facebook to preach against first fruit. But if they tell you what they do. So the Bible said they have even sacrificed their children. Polluted the land. But they can't do it unto the Lord. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 20. The Bible said, rather, that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to demons and not to God. The things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to demons and not to God. And I do not want you to have fellowship with demons. Let me tell you, if you don't sacrifice to God, you are having fellowship with demons. When you make the sacrifice of the Gentiles, you are having fellowship with demons. So your sacrifice to God, therefore, is a platform for fellowship with God. Loyalty requires the right sacrifice. That meeting, that your departmental meeting, must not suit you. The time must not suit you. What shows your loyalty is your ability to cancel an event, cancel a schedule, to be in that meeting. Because you know that my presence in this meeting will help the growth of this department. My presence in this meeting will help the growth of the church. That is why you should be there. Not because the time suits you. If we want to fix anything in church by people's suitable time, church will never hold. Because when the thing finally suits all of you, then we will now check if it will suit pastor. You know, pastor kept quiet since everybody saying no. At 4 is not okay. 4:30, 4:15, 4:10, 4:25 and a half. When you have finished choosing the time, then we'll now come to pastor. So it must not, the same way pastor has made sacrifice to be there. So you see pastor making the highest sacrifice. Then in turn, receiving the highest blessing, you now turn back again to say, why should he make so much? Because he sacrificed so much. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. Offering time. When they say offering time in church, you become an accountant. You do statistics very well. 2,000 naira for offering becomes too much. But you cannot send a lady 2K and say subscribe. No, now. Odogu carry go some rubbish. You become Odogu carry some rubbish. I am here to tell you this evening that it is the sacrifice of the Gentiles. Our senior pastor said, far be it from me that I can give to any man what I have not given to God. That statement, I don't forget it. Far be it from me that I can give to any man what I have not given to God. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. You can comfortably, you buy car now, you can comfortably splash another 1 million celebrating the car. But you came for car dedication in church. You put 10,000 naira. 10,000 AGA boat. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. Medical doctors make a lot of sacrifice in their career. They spend how many years? I heard one say that he has spent 20 years learning medicine. And Augustibe, 20 years of your life earning small money to waiting for the time you will now land Gidigba. There is one I know. I knew him the time I came to that picture I sent you for good. That guy, I met him when I came to Nsugbe in 2016. He was already doing medicine. Calculate 2016 till last week that he graduated. I don't understand how they do it, but just it was last week he graduated, and now say he will now go for medical school. So sir, you need to explain the thing to me. So I now asked him, this one you did, okay? I asked him, this one you are celebrating, what do they call it? Is it? I don't know. He's celebrating from that time and now. You now say, the 2 meses in Ghana. Now go. So 20 years of your life, and his parents are comfortable. Me come and meet that person's parents and say, give us this young man 2 years. Let him do ministry. I say, why? No, I'm okay. This is his life. He want to go and waste his life for 2 years. 2 years doing God's work is wasting of life. 20 years learning the principles of dead men is not wasting. So people it is called the sacrifice. Are you hearing me? I want to make you understand the kind of sacrifice loyalty demands from you. The right sacrifice. See, our senior pastor said that sacrifice brings power. That is when you make the right sacrifice. You can make sacrifice the wrong way and you're expecting power. If you get, see it. So People make sacrifice. They are ready to sacrifice for their career. A banker is ready to wake up 6 a.m. Apology to all the bankers. It's like, and on Wednesday I said apology to all the bankers again. I'm saying it again now. 6 a.m. and come back home 9 p.m. Do it Monday to Saturday. No problem. Then, the same you, we say, okay, tomorrow is public holiday. Let us now have workers meeting by 10. It's a problem. You can no longer make it. It becomes a problem. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. Young men are ready to travel and stay inside a ship like this and stow away to other countries. 1 month inside a ship like this and land Gidigba. And inside I read one thing from the God News. He said he met a young man in Holland. The young man told him, I have made attempts to come to this town, to this country 4 times. He said each time they get to a certain place, the captain will come and discover them where they are and throw them overboard in a shark-infested water. Most of them get drowned. Most of them die. He said in one of those cases, he swam and came to the shore and looked, and he was in Liberia. He entered another back to Ghana. Ghana to stow away again. And he now looked at the man of God and said, now I am proudly a Dutch citizen. So the pastor now said to him, okay, why is it that I don't frequently see you in church? Told him, my job. Imagine the kind of sacrifice the person is ready to make for money. Then you cannot give 1 hour for church. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. They encourage you to spend on anything but not God. They encourage you to give up. Hey, now you have NYC have called you. They are going to post you to Medugri, close to Sambisa Forest. And you are planning to go. Your mother have even bought you sneakers. You told her it's close to Sambisa Forest. So she is the one. She is now the motivational speaker that will tell you, she will encourage you, you will go. That's your same mother. Tomorrow we are going to say, there is the call of God upon your life. We want to move you to just Atani. Your mother will come and say, Atani and Medugri. Which one is better? That is what I'm telling you. Sacrifice of the Gentiles. It has so eaten deep into the church people that somebody is ready to make sacrifice for other things in life and not the things of God. Loyalty requires the right sacrifice. How powerful you will become in this kingdom is dependent on the level of sacrifice, on the kind of sacrifice you are ready to make. We know a loyal person by the kind of sacrifice they make. I would like everybody to rise. I want you to pray briefly. Lift up your voice and pray. You are a HOD, you are a worker, you can't even make the simple sacrifice. There is a heart you need for this sacrifice. There is a heart, there is a special conviction you need. Lift up your voice and pray. Everybody, pray by the leading of the Holy Spirit. Lord, I am ready. After this meeting, I want it to be what you have received from God. The capacity to make kingdom sacrifice. We are not talking about giving. We are talking about giving up. We are talking about letting things go. We are talking about being ready to say, okay, yes, I know that this thing will be a loss, but I am ready to lose it. Can you lift up your voice and stop looking at me? Pray. Pray. There are certain people the devil plants around you to infuse in you that concept of the sacrifice of the Gentiles, but it is your conviction that will let you tell them, yes, I know that this thing I am doing does not make sense to you, but that is the way of my God. The Bible said that everyone will walk according to the way of their God, and we shall walk by the way of our God. The way of our God is sacrifice. Loyalty requires the right sacrifice. Lift up your voice and pray and say, Lord, I am ready from today to make the right sacrifice for the kingdom. Raise your voice and pray, everybody.